If you want to make a great sound on the flute, you've got to start by considering 3 basic things. How do you get the air in? How do you form and use your lip shape or your embouchure? And number 3, how do you blow that air out? We're going to talk today about getting the air out and how best to get a really strong airflow to get you on your journey to a beautiful sound. I'm going to assume that you understand the concept of getting the air into your lungs. This is crucial and directly linked to how we're going to get the air out. So please make sure that you watch my video on breathing in a relaxed and instinctive breath, or somebody else's video, or make sure that you have got that knowledge there and you've thought about it and practiced it with your playing. We need to talk about your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is an involuntary muscle. We cannot do things with our diaphragm. It's the large disc muscle that sits underneath our ribcage and expands and contracts all the time when we're breathing in and out. It's the one that goes into spasm when we've got the hiccups. So it works by itself, but what we can do is we can use our abdominal muscles to give space and support the diaphragm to work freely. And that is when people say, use your diaphragm, that's really what they mean. It's these abdominal muscles. So the first thing is, we have to find them. Let's get rid of the flute for a moment. I've got a balloon instead. Okay, great chance to practice a nice relaxed breath. I'm going to keep my shoulders down. I'm going to inflate my lungs. I'm going to try to get the air to go to the bottom of my lungs first. Then I'm going to blow up the balloon. I can feel that these muscles here are really engaging to get that strong airflow out with enough pressure to make the balloon inflate. This is something that we're missing as flute players because we have no resistance to blow against. Brass players or players with reeds in their mouth and blow against them. And we don't have this in our flute. We have to create our own resistance. If we don't create resistance, we can still make a sound. Not the sound we want to make, and the air has dispelled really quickly. We're out of air. We can't play long phrases. So by finding these muscles, taking a really good breath in, engaging here, we can then add pressure to our airflow. Now don't confuse that with tension or stress round about here. This is coming from here. It's an upward pressure, so we support that airflow. It's like a great big pillow that's plumped up that our sound can sit on top of. You can hear that it gives a much more direct sound, much more beautiful sound. Think about it as turning on the tap to a hose. You're making the water go faster through the hose at the source. Here, you're not doing anything here to change the speed of the air. Okay, we need to find a way of making this air now consistent and practice to keep that pressure up and using these muscles. So I'm going to use a £10 note. Got your £10 note, or whatever note. Find yourself a wall. Put your £10 note on the wall. Take that fantastic breath in. And pin your £10 note to the wall. How long can you make it last? So creating a fabulous sound is about understanding the technicalities of how we make that work in our body and personalising it to us. Remember to practice your long notes. There is no substitute for it. Often when we get involved in tricky technical passages, finger works, we forget to keep that airflow consistent. We forget to keep the pressure behind the airflow. So doing this, aside from tricky passages, is absolutely crucial. Long notes, long notes, long notes.